There we go. Fell right off. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Glad he fell off. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. On this episode, I want to cover the Mega Jaws Elite bait casting reel. So far, really liking it. Alright guys, if you've been following along, you know I've been buying some KastKing spinning reels and some other reels along the way. And I've been wanting to buy these for quite some time now, but you can see right here, I have recently purchased 2 of the Mega Jaws Elite bait casting reels. So far, they are very comfortable in my hand. I've been using them now for about 3 hours before I shot this video. You know, I didn't want to do an unboxing part of the video because I think that's kind of boring, kind of dumb in my opinion. I think, you know, being on the water is real world testing and a better review than just sitting in a garage talking about the specs, because the specs you guys can look up online. I'm gonna go over a few of them with you here. Overall, these things are, I think, 6.4 ounces if I'm not mistaken. They have triple carbon disc drag on it, so the drag on this is 17.8, and I'm actually going to pull out my phone here just to make sure I want to be accurate with you guys. 17.6 pounds of drag. That's way more than enough that we need in freshwater environment, but I plan on using these a little bit more for the saltwater scene and obviously still freshwater scene. But being the price point on these are $129.99. if you use my code RJM KKAF, and I'll put that on the screen as well. I got these for, and I use my own code, 10% off. I got these for $116 each. So, and that's with shipping. You know, that's from KastKing directly, shipped to your house. Overall, I'm liking these so far. They cast really good. They're super smooth. And I'll do some cast here for you. But this is with a lipless, and it's got great distance. Did not have my thumb on that reel at all. And I got the setting set about 4.5, and I know I can even lighten it up even a little bit more, probably down to 3, maybe even 2, and just leave my finger on the spool just a tad to get a little bit more distance. I'm just trying these out today. I didn't want to go too crazy with having a lot of backlashes, but they do have a pretty cool, so it's called AMB, which stands for automatic magnetic braking. So far I've had no backlashes with them this morning. So let's go down to 3, and I guarantee I can get some wonderful distance. Still no thumb on the spool when I was casting that until it hit the water. And I did notice a little bit more distance on it, but you also have your spool tensioner tool as well that you can also adjust and just, you know, dial in exactly, you know, based on the weight of the bait you're using, etc. The castability on these are great. They're very comfortable in my hand. I think I said they are 6.4 ounces. They're not much bigger than my Baits Hundo. You know, even though the Hundo is super small, but you got these side by side. Yes, the Baits Hundo is still a lot more narrower than the Mega Jaws from KastKing, but for the price point and for what quality build they are at that price point, at $130 or $116 with my discount, they're comfortable. I can palm it very well. I don't have any fatigue after been using these. I've been using these pretty much all morning, more or less. I am liking the color on them. I'm liking the shape on them, and they do have a 9.1, if I'm not mistaken, gear ratio. These are 7:2 to 1, but they also have a 9.1, and they're all red. You can kind of see when you have these, a bunch of these next side by side, you'll know that 9.1 to 1 ratio is the red color. I would use that more or less for probably topwater fishing. Most of my reels that I get are 7:2, 7:3 ratios, and that's what I prefer to have across the board, whether I'm freshwater fishing or saltwater fishing. I do have an 8:3, I think it is, either 8:3 or 8:1 Royal Legend Pro. I'm trying to look here. Yeah, 8.0 to 1. So this is what I use for my topwater, is this Royal Legend Pro. And I've been liking that as well, but I've been wanting to get these Mega Jaws in my hand. So this has a 9+2+1 stainless steel shielded ball bearings inside, so it makes it super smooth on the retrieve, on the cast. You can hear how quiet that is. The retrieve on this is super smooth. It's got EPA foam handles, so it makes it very soft to the touch. And I wish I got these sooner, but I've been waiting for the right time, and obviously also to have a few extra bucks to buy these, because I wanted to get a couple of them, and that's without me even trying them first in my hand. I just knew I was gonna like these, and I do so far. Now, as far as the build quality, I feel like it's super good for the price point. Yes, you do have a little bit of movement on the handle, like when I push on that. So you got a little bit of movement, but this is, you know, still a metal handle, and it has a little bit of flex to it. I will say the baits, you know, being that they are all pretty much one piece and everything's metal, you know, there's very, I mean, there's still even movement on that when I push on it, but that's a side-to-side motion, you know, but it's just still, it's almost about the same, to be honest with you. I don't think this one has that much more movement to it. No, it's probably about the same, guys. So that's why I wanted to have those side by side and test these on the water. Instead of spending, you know, $400 on a baits reel, I plan on buying these, you know, until they come out with something different. I plan on not replacing my baits, but any additional reels, I plan on using this elite version of the Mega Jaws. It also has a flipping switch that you have here. You flip that and you can do flipping and pitching. So what it does is that you can see how it kind of stops when I let go. So what you do is if you're pitching, you know, and you just stand up, you can just take it, pitch it, and then when you let go of that, it's already engaged. It's kind of hard, I'm trying to do it with a lipless, but you just hold it down, you know, you can cast it out, but as soon as you let go, it's already engaging for you, so there's no click, you know, instant engagement of your spool. So that's for flipping and pitching. I mean, I guess you could use it if you want all the time, as long as you have your finger down, cast, kind of keeps your finger on the spool anyway, right? And just let go and you're automatically engaged. So, I mean, yes, I would use that for flipping and pitching. I really wouldn't use it for just your everyday casting with a lipless, or like this one I have a chatterbait tied on. But you have that option if you prefer to, you know, cast that way. It's something you can get used to if you like to have that where it's, you know, automatically engaged. But you do have a flipping switch. I think that's a great feature that many reels, I've never had a reel with a flipping switch. I know there's other ones that's out there, but I never personally had one. I like that option for sure. You know, so I've been a Shimano and Daiwa guy for a while. I was a Daiwa guy when I was a kid. I went to Shimano, I had a bunch of DCs from them, and then I went to baits. But at the same time, I got tired of some issues I was having with other brands. That's why I started, you know, that's why I switched to baits, and that's why I went to KastKing as well, to try something that's a little bit more inexpensive, stepping away from Shimano and Daiwa. And in my opinion, this Mega Jaws Elite is a good replacement for every other reel I've had from Shimano and Daiwa, and also cheaper. You know, my Shimano DCs were $250 and up, and then I think they're even more money now. And it's just, I'm really enjoying this. I mean, no thumb, hitting the water, and once again, I could just change my settings, get farther out of it. You know, with the magnetic braking, I can change the spool tension. But everything is super smooth on this reel. Like I said, with the price point, it's great. It does have a audible click on the spool tensioner, but no audible click on the drag. Now the Royal Legend Pro has an audible click, and I kind of like that. My baits have an audible click too as well, but it's not the end of the world not having an audible click on my drag, because I know when I'm reeling, if I have a fish on the line, I know, you know, that the drag is loose, and I either need to tighten the drag up or put my finger on the spool to be able to bring that fish in. But I do miss the audible click just a little bit, but not a big deal. This reel will definitely be in all my saltwater videos. I can't wait to get some redfish on it. I can't wait to catch some largemouth bass on it to really test it. But I see with all my other reels from KastKing, I know I'm not gonna have an issue. You do have, you know, an audible click on the drag setting itself, just not an audible click when the drag is peeling out like you have with the Royal Legend Pro and also the baits, which you can hear there. Not a big deal. I mean, you know, we are at this 130 price point. I see no issues with it whatsoever. It's durably built. I do not have any flex in this reel. Like I said, I just did the baits and I had a little bit of side to side. I mean, very minute side to side movement on the handle itself, but that's it, guys. I mean, besides that, I mean, no finger on the spool. This thing is with this automatic magnetic braking system they have. It's working really well. I've been using both of the reels this morning and not having one backlash whatsoever. And, you know, I haven't been trying to, like, you know, really whip this out there and getting like farther out, because I've been fishing kind of close to the trees. But overall, I'm loving the color. I love that flip switch option. I can't wait to use that for flipping and pitching. You got your spool. I mean, you got your magnetic braking right here on the side, right on the outside, from 0 to 10, or 0 to max, which is 10 and a half to max. So everything is right there. You got your spool tensioner. It's got great color, great look to it. I really think that this reel is going to be part of my arsenal forever, and I hope they don't stop making it, or if they do a different, sorry, there's a gator in the trees right there. You know, if they do make it a little bit differently and change like models, I just hope that they don't go far away from this design that they have, because I probably will add a couple more of these, and this will be primarily my saltwater reels when I go out instead of using my baits, because the baits are $375 to $425, depends which model you get with the hundos. Beat these up, because not saying these are throwaway, they still have a warranty on them, but I mean, if something happens to these reels, I'm not gonna cry like if I lost it in the water like I will with my baits. I will probably never buy another baits reel again, just because KastKing, as where they are right now, I'm super impressed with them, so I don't see any reason to go out and spend that $375 to $400+ on a reel anymore. Not saying Shimano and Daiwa at this price point are bad reels either, I just haven't been around those. This is just primarily about the Mega Jaws Elite, and that's why I wanted to do this video. I got spinning reels from KastKing as well. I got the Mega Jaws Elite spinning reel, right? I think this is the Mega Jaws Elite. They got so many names for these things. Yeah, this is the Mega Jaws Elite. Yeah, spinning reel as well, and I'm really liking that. I'm not sponsored by them. Yes, I do have a code that you can use, but that's it, guys. They've given me a couple free reels. I don't get paid to do these videos. This is just me doing a review for you guys, so you guys understand that KastKing ain't crap like people say. Yes, they do have $30 and $40 reels. Do they work? They absolutely do. Would I personally buy them and use them? Absolutely not. I think this $100 and up, even that Royal Legend Pro, which is $90, which I got for like $60 when it was on sale, is a good reel too as well. But I would rather just spend that extra little bit of money and just have a little bit better of a reel. That Royal Legend Pro is still a decent reel. That's why it's out here with me right now. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be using it, guys. But I think that $100 and up for KastKing is worth every penny. And if these things ever go on sale, you can still use my code even when it's on sale. I'll leave that link in the description. It's a reel, guys. It works really good so far since I've had it out here. If I do have any issues with anything, I will let you know and do an updated video. I'm not steering you in the wrong direction. It's going to be a great addition to my arsenal. Like I said, I really love that flipping switch. I think that's going to be cool, flipping and pitching apps for sure. I'll be using these down in Gunnersville here in a couple of weeks for a tournament alongside of my baits and everything else. But I mean, baits I've sent back 3 times for little issues. One issue was my fault, my stupidity, so really 2 times overall I've had broken baits reels. It's being taken care of under warranty, not bashing baits whatsoever. They are a great reel. I've had an issue with one of my spinning reels from KastKing, sent it back, not a big deal. I just sent them a little bit of a video to show what was going on. They replaced it as well. And so the warranty process is real simple. Just reach out to them. I called them. I did not email them. I called them, and then they got back to me via email as well. And we did a exchange of the video, and they took care of the spinning reel. It was just a broken bail spring, and I'm not a real repair guy. I don't have the patience to be dealing with little parts like that, and they took care of it, no problem. So overall, I mean, I think I'm into like at least a year now using KastKing alongside my other reels, and they've been working very well. You can see I'm just casting this thing out, don't even have my finger on the spool. Everything's working flawlessly. Hope you guys like this video. If you guys have any questions, just drop them in the comments and I will get back to you. You guys can go on KastKing.com and read all the specs completely about this reel. A lot more people are using KastKing on a professional level, on a influencer level. That's it, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. Enough rambling. I can't speak highly enough about these reels. And as always, guys, be safe on the water, and I'll catch you in the water. I will see you guys soon. Once again, any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll get back with you, and you guys can go check out the specs online. If you guys want one of these reels and give them a shot, order it up from KastKing, use my code, and you'll get it for $116 shipped to your house. See you soon.